I think mental health and suicide prevention training is extremely crucial to the United Association moving forward, being able to address these topics for our members and for ourselves as leaders. We are diving into the training aspect of it, and I think it's allowing the doors to open up for more of our members.
We represent a bunch of tough folks, or perceive that they're tough, but we need them to understand that speaking about mental health is the tough thing. That's the tough thing. That's the strong thing to do.
That's where VitalCog comes into play. Those are basic skills that also instill confidence in people to talk about mental health and to come alongside those that are struggling. And also to take the time to learn about the resources in your area.
It's time to call it what it is. And if somebody's feeling suicidal, you ask them and you help get them to the resources they need. June 23rd, it hit home closer than I could have ever imagined. My wife was a rock star on June 23rd. She and I went out to see a movie, and we got back late, about 10:30. And we came home, we came to the kitchen, we saw my son in the liquor cabinet. He was clearly intoxicated, and he said, "I'm drunk, I know it, I'm sorry, it's like, don't yell at me." In that moment, I wasn't going to yell at him because I knew it wasn't going to be any good. But I didn't think anything other than that. He was just trying alcohol and just went a little too far with hard stuff, and sleep it off, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. And my son essentially told my wife that he was happy that we caught him because he had been cutting himself and he'd been hiding it. He'd been abusing alcohol. He'd been abusing marijuana. He was trying to self-care, but it wasn't working. In that moment, I flash back to the instructor boot camp when we asked each other, "Are you suicidal?" And I just thought of it like, okay, it's a Band-Aid. We have to rip it off. And I asked my son, "Are you suicidal?" And he didn't tell me words. He showed me his wrists. And I saw the dried blood on there. And I just hugged him. Because he had told me that he was glad that we had caught him. And the only thing I could think of in that moment was if my wife and I had gone out, stayed out later, what could we have come home to? And the very next day, within less than 12 hours, my son was with a therapist. He came out feeling calm, feeling relaxed, feeling aware that he's not alone. And that later that week, we were watching the Stanley Cup final, all three of us on the couch. I couldn't even pay attention to the game because I just couldn't stop thinking that he's here. He's here. Has it been a half hour later? He might not have been there. I'm just happy that moving forward, we are talking about it because those pathways are being created. Those conversations are opening up. People are knowing those tools. We train as pipers and plumbers to assess a problem, get the tool, get the job done, and fix it. So why don't we do that mental health?
We know we're saving lives. We know we're making a difference. And by the way, it's saving lives is what it's all about. But we're bringing our brotherhood and sisterhood closer together. There's nothing more rewarding than that.